And I think it's why young people are turned off by this movement. And I'm sorry, revolutions start with young people, not with 65-year-old people talking about literacy tests and people who can't say the word vote in English. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's insane because...
John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain, speaking on The View a few weeks back, criticizing Tea Party Republicans for their stance on illegal immigration. I think she was also defending you from an attack by Tom Tancredo. You got a good chuckle out of that. But does that kind of thing give you a headache sometimes?
Oh, no. Look, she's a young woman, thinks for herself. I mean, members of our family should be able to disagree or agree with one another. We have spirited conversations on a number of issues. But let's be very clear. Mr. Tancredo, former congressman, had attacked me personally. She's my daughter. I can certainly understand why a daughter might react to a personal attack on her father. I'm astonished that anybody would be surprised that my daughter would defend me. And yes, we disagree from time to time, and I think it's a world of strong-willed and principled women, and I respect all of that, whether they're in my family or not.
And, well, speaking of attacks, Glenn Beck then came out and attacked her as, quote, a useful idiot.
Yeah.
You hear that, and what do? You must blow your stack.
No, all I can say is that Mr. Beck compares me to Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt always been one of my great heroes. He fought for his country. He brought America into the 20th century. So we just have a disagreement. That's all.
Your wife Cindy, who's also been part of your campaigns, came out recently in support of gay marriage in California, as Meghan had done a few months before that. Do you agree with them?
No, I don't. It's obvious my position has been, I believe the institution of marriage is a unique one between one man and one woman, but they are free to have their views, and anyone who wants to impose their views on members of your family because you're members of the family, that's just not the way that I conduct my life. And I have two sons in the military. They disagree with me from time to time. I'm proud of them in their service, but they'll disagree with me.
Let's bring it back to the primary ahead. You will win or lose this primary based on which issue?
Effectiveness in Washington, working to better the lives of the people of Arizona. That's the primary issue. Also, along with that is national security. We are in two wars. We have Arizona Guard as well as men and women in the military stationed here and from the state who are serving in harm's way. I think those will be the key issues. And
what kind of interest do you have in breaking the gridlock, in reestablishing bipartisanship? Because it seems there's really no interest in it. You can't win a seat if you're bipartisan.
Well, I think you can, but it has got to be truly bipartisan. This goes back to our earlier conversation. I think we Republicans have made it very clear. If they want to sit down across the table from us and have real negotiations, we're ready.
So, but here's the thing. You're running a radio campaign ad. I think we can put it up now. Do we have that ad ready to go on our screen? There it is right now. It's aired, I think, a month ago, and it says, quote, President Obama is leading an extreme left-wing crusade to bankrupt America. I will stand in his way every day. Does that kind of statement generate bipartisanship?
He campaigned as a centrist. America is a right-of-center nation. He's governing from the far left. His health care plan would give our children and grandchildren a $2.5 trillion debt with a massive government takeover. So I am fighting him every day on those issues. Where he'd like to sit down and agree with me, that's fine. I agreed with him on sending additional troops to Afghanistan. We worked together on that. But there's no doubt in my mind he has a left agenda that is not good for this country. In fact, very harmful for this country.
Let's talk about J.D. Hayworth. You endorsed him 4 years ago.
I've endorsed him. I endorsed him probably in every campaign that he was in.
Does it surprise you suddenly he's running against you?
Oh, no, because he had been attacking me on his radio show for a year or more.
And the Tea Party groups that are supporting him, what do you think they want? They seem...
Tea Party groups are supporting me as well. I mean, I don't see that he has a corner on that market, and I think the more of them find out about his earmarking, pork barreling, wasteful spending. He voted for every single big spending bill there was, and is mixed up with Abramoff. I think we'll do just fine, but I've got to work hard, earn every vote, and that's what I've done ever since the day after I lost.
Your campaign does look like the presidential campaign, just your schedule.
Oh, yeah,
it's a pretty intense pace. And speaking of that, let's end it like this. You would be 80 at the end of your next Senate term if reelected. Is this your last campaign?
You know, I would certainly imagine that it would be, but that's a decision you make at the time. But I don't believe that. I think it would be gauged on whether that I am still effective or not. I am now more effective for the state of Arizona than I have ever been because I have a larger voice in both nationally and in the United States Senate. And I think I can prove to the people of Arizona that that effectiveness can help them out in these very difficult times.
All right. Senator John McCain, thanks very much for joining us this week.
Thanks for the spirited conversation and your very informed questions.
All right. Thank you, Senator. And that is Sunday Square Off for this week. We'd like to thank Senator John McCain. And we'd like to hear your ideas for the show and your questions, just like Peggy Hastie's. You can email me at bresnick@12news.com or follow BRAHM Resnick on Twitter, or you can friend me on Facebook. And make sure you join us next Sunday right after Meet the Press for another round of Sunday Square Off.